Okay.
Let's first off get this a little more simple here.
Keep changing the layout. I guess it depends on what you're doing. You
Oh,
need
totally.
to
Totally does.
keep
This is
shifting
actually
everything around.
horrible layout.
Oh.
This
Tom, do you remember if there was a
here.
recorder person inside the deaf couple pin? I don't know that it was recorded.
I don't think it was. All right. So,
I don't think so. All right, so we are selected on the shield right now?
no, this is on the camera. See?
On the camera. Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to figure out like where it is. So we're gonna have to kind of
Uh-huh.
like place it in here somewhere, and we can use screen space to figure out where to place it. But we'll do that next. Our first task. So there's one is placing it in the right spot on the screen. You gotta decide where you want it, and then we'll be able to put it there. Okay.
I still kind of wanted to follow the ship.
We can do that. So, but before we do that, let's just make something that works, and then we can
Okay.
adjust it to whatever we
All right,
want.
so then we can place it. We'll make a thing
Right.
that works, and then we can place it.
So there's a couple ways to do this. I don't know, how much do you want me to help?
I don't know anything about GUI.
You're not doing anything good. Stop thinking that you're doing a GUI. That's the first thing. What do you have? What is it that you want to make? You want to make a bar, and you want that bar to scale,
A bar to scale.
right?
So I need to use the transform
Okay,
to
so
actually change
one-
the. But
one
what if I
piece at a
don't want
time.
to use a Unity object? I want to paint it and stuff. Does that make it really hard?
you're not doing that right now.
Okay.
You're not doing art.
I don't get to be the artist.
No. You're the coder.
Okay.
You hear?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just the designer and the artist in me. It's like I can't do this until I know what the ships are gonna look like.
You can.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll get there.
All
I'll
right.
get
So
there.
okay. So here we go. I'm gonna help a lot. So we could use a 3D cube, but that would be kind of a waste. We could use a quad.
I don't know what a quad is.
Quad is this.
Okay.
It's just a flat thing. If you look at it in 2D, it doesn't even have a back.
Oh, look at that.
It just has
a front.
Right?
It doesn't even have a back.
Yep, doesn't need one.
Man, computers are insane. A single-sided piece of paper actually be single-sided.
This
Okay.
cube here is
Yeah.
composed of 6 of these,
That makes sense.
all to each other.
Okay.
So it's kind of like there's no back on the inside. If you go inside of that cube, there's nothing there.
That's cool.
See?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So there's this, right?
Okay.
If we want, this kind of looks like almost a bar already, right?
It looks like a cube.
We'll just make it more like a bar. Put this in. It's like a bar, right?
Yeah, it looks like a bar to me.
Okay, let's call this.
It's not how you spell gauge.
Yeah, I know.
Fuyugagi.
Um,
It's cool. I don't know how to tell you how to spell it. I think there's a U in there.
do a cool thing.
What? You're changing it to Z?
I made a duplicate. There's 2.
Okay. The back of the fuel gauge. Okay.
And then we're gonna get some materials.
3D modeling is hard.
Create
Hey, Spark.
material. Fuel.
Okay, so now we have a fuel material and a fuel back material.
Right.
Okay.
So then we're gonna put on the fuel.
Whoa, we don't
need
need
me
the
a little
fuel.
bit.
I'm sorry, I was falling off my chair because I'm leaning so far over.
We're gonna put the fuel on that one, and then on the fuel back, I'm putting the fuel back one.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And now you can color. Why are these? Okay, now you can color these whatever you want. So like fuel back should be like a dark gray. Oh, I've got them in the wrong spots. It's not negative, it's positive. Right?
Okay.
So Figure this out. Hold on a
Ooh,
second.
I kind of see what you're doing.
Okay.
Okay.
Now we have a problem in that, like, this one here, I'm helping you out a lot because there's a lot of 3D stuff kind of going on here.
No. So
You're
far,
gonna
so
do
far,
the
I'm
code.
fully grasping what's going
The
on.
problem here is that this fuel gauge, if we change the scale here, oh, that's the back. Gosh. Look, that's not good.
It's coming from
The center. It was kind of cool, but that's not what we want, right?
you.
So that's not a problem when we just do create empty, and we'll put this here. And we'll put the fuel gauge into it.
Oh.
And then we put the fuel gauge back into it to make everything kind of clean.
So wait. What is
Oh,
happening?
and now the fuel gauge back into it. I'm working on it. Just give me a second. All right, so now we can take the fuel pivot.
Mhm.
You get it?
Yeah.
Cool, huh?
Yes.
All right.
Simple.
Plus, no matter what size we make the fuel gauge in here, even though it's 10, we could we know that this is a 1 to 0. 0 is no fuel. 1 is all the fuel. 0.5
cool.
is half fuel.
Right. Okay. That's cool. And so
So
to signify that there's not enough fuel for the shield, should we maybe make like a blue portion that says shield power or something like that?
sounds good.
Like another box with a new texture, I guess.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Or,
Let's do that. Control D. So we're going to do 7.5. No, 2.5. 10, right? And then we'll make this. Oh, we'll make it the shield color.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
fuel gauge
Oops,
back.
I've lost it.
There's fuel gauge back.
This one
now.
is the 0.25. And we'll put this at. We'll keep this one at 0.1 and put this one at 0.2. So go further back. This one, which is right here.
Is there a reason why you offset them this way?
Oh, just so I could see the other one
Oh,
behind it. I thought it looked cool. I don't know.
I was just curious if that was just you being an art designer
That's
person
me
for
being
fun.
an art design person for fun.
Okay.
Oh, so cool thing that Unity does. I think it's whoa.
What did you do?
I moved it. Hold on. There's a way to do this.
You're just hitting random buttons.
Yeah, I know. I am. There's a way to do align to grid. I'm trying to remember what it is.
Well, that's making that thing go crazy. Center and pivot. You now have it selected to pivot.
Ah, here we go. So I can control from that. I can just see. There's a way to get it so that you can like align to particular things, but I've already forgotten it. So,
Okay.
oh well.
Was
Anyway,
that on the cheat sheet thing you found? 'Cause
no,
it's right here.
no,
Oh,
it's
okay.
not. That should be on the cheat sheet thing. Anyway, okay, so we're gonna put this back to 1 because that's where you start off with. So,
Okay.
So let's make the fuel gauge work. You got the art for it. It's in.
The art.
The art is in.
Beautiful art.
You know that to change this, all you need to do is move this X scale from 1 to 0, right?
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna start inside what?
Well, your
This-
shield, your energy is here.
Yeah.
So you're gonna want to code it.
So that's exactly. That's. I was just trying to remember where everything starts.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm not a particularly amazing artist, so I feel like I actually have a chance at learning enough code that that I'll be capable of doing both, kind of, sort of. But it's hard to not just focus in on the one aspect. And to make games, if that's what you want to do, learning to program is kind of, it has to take priority because otherwise you're just making art. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but if you want to make games, that's the deal. I've lucked out up till now being able to just do art.
So what's the first step here? What are you doing?
I need to make it so this moves the bar. And then that
Well, there's all kinds of things that adjust the energy
bunch of
levels.
stuff. Yeah.
So
So I need to
I
make
would
some kind
suggest
of
you want to change it inside of update, I think, because it could always be changing. All kinds of things could change it. So setting it all the time probably isn't going to be a big deal.
So I did need to make some sort of float to keep track of it all.
Well, what are you changing?
I'm changing the values of an object,
All right.
right?
Okay.
So that shouldn't be
How are you going to do that?
with a function. I'm going to use the scale,
Okay, yeah.
right?
But that's the
So
scale of your ship. You want to use the scale of the fuel pivot. So how do you change that in code?
I need to attach the fuel pivot into the code somewhere so that I can adjust it.
So start there. Start there.
I'm working on it. Gosh.
No.
So look at all these public things we have. I only need to change the one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't actually need to say public game object here because there already is. Technically, this doesn't even need to be here,
Whoa.
right? I can just stick shield right behind pew pew, couldn't I?
Okay, if you do that, it's going to dereference it possibly.
Oh,
so
really?
Just leave it alone for the
But if I
moment.
want to make a new one, can I add it there?
Yeah. I don't know if it will dereference it, but it probably will.
Interesting.
It's just basically like you could reset it, but you know, I'm just trying to save you some more.
Okay. F meter, the fuel meter. F meter, yeah, exactly. I started off typing engage. I'm like, well, that's boring. This is still pretty boring, but
Okay. So that's good. You got that.
okay. So now I have the public game object. I can call that. I can save that and literally put the bar that's going to get shifted around there.
All right. So now you can access it in the code.
Now I can access it in the code. The
And
next thing I want to make is something to.
Well, you've already got your energy,
Yeah.
and that's a value of 0 to 100.
Yeah, I need something to convert the energy to
To 1 and 0.
the scale.
So that should be pretty
Can
easy.
I
It's simple
write
maths.
something that says that the F meter equals the value of the energy shield?
Yeah. Totally. Okay. Let's do it. Go into update.
Update. We need you.
Not there.
Whoa. What the?
Oh,
I meant to do this.
it. Oh.
Okay.
All right. So, first of all, you need to find out where the shield is at, like where the so. How are you getting at the scale? Do you know how to get at the scale? I'm telling you, you do, but sure.
There's transform position. I just need to do game object transform position, or not game object, but like F meter dot transform position or whatever. I don't know if it's a dot or not, but I'll find out when I try to type it.
Okay. So the other thing that you know you can't do is you can't directly affect that dot x because it's part of a vector that's inside of it, so it's protected.
Mhm.
So you're going to need to make a new vector to assign to the whole scale. So you're going to have to make a new vector that's going to be the scale of that object.
Vector.
Yep. Not here. So, okay, ready?
Well, I don't.
Yeah, I know. I see that you're a little bit lost. So you got f meter, right?
Right.
Dot transform.
Dot transform.
Dot.
Dot.
And it's going to be local scale. It's always local.
Oh, okay. Local scale. Okay.
Okay. So but you can't go dot x equals and then put a value into it because it'll freak out.
So I need to name it basically.
You need to but you need to send in a position or a whole vector because local scale is a vector with x, y, and z. Remember?
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
You can't set inside of a transform that dot x.
The transform is basically just for reading.
Right.
Kind of.
So you can set the whole scale.
Right.
So you need to make a new vector that you're going to set to it that has all the data that local scale is going to need.
Okay. Where would I put that?
I don't know. Think about it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm
Okay.
totally lost.
Totally
I haven't done anything with vector anything.
Okay.
I'm talking about.
Don't worry about it.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not upset or anything. I'm just a very. I don't know what you're asking me to do.
I'm trying to find a spot where we've done it previously in this program. We do totally do. Okay. So here.
Yeah, it hasn't been. It's been like a week since I've done this.
Here we create a new vector. It doesn't matter that we've assigned it that amount, but we've created a new vector, and eventually we set the positions to the direct vector.
Oh, so this is what you want me to do? Yeah, you want me to name it, basically.
No, you gotta understand.
Put the name.
Okay. So I think you're missing a tiny piece of information, or you gotta.
I've oversimplified it in my head, maybe.
Or you got maybe like some other idea. When you say, "Oh, I just need to name it," so this where IB's at is the name of this 3D vector.
Right.
You're not naming the transform position.
Right. You're just creating a new folder that you're going to put the transform position into.
Right. So for this trick, we are going to need a new vector.
A new vector 3?
Yes. So because local scale is a vector 3, right?
Okay.
And we can't set the dot x of the local scale, but we can set the whole local scale.
Okay.
So we're going to create a new vector 3 so we can set the whole local scale to it. Okay.
All right.
Okay, that's going to equal not the current local scale, but we're going to do
What do you mean current local scale?
Not the current local scale of the f meter, but we're going to do a new vector. So we're going to use this new keyword.
The new keyword can be used as an operator or as a modifier. The operator is used to create objects on the heap and invoke constructors.
Yeah.
The modifier is used to hide an inherited member from a base class member.
Okay, so the point that we're going to use it for right here is we're going to make it to invoke a constructor for the vector 3.
Okay.
So we go new, vector 3.
Okay.
And then there's different types of things we can send in. And we can send in the x, y, and z,
Of course. Yeah.
which is great because that's what we want to do. So x is the most important one. That is going to be the length of our fuel meter, which we know is from 1 to 0.
Right.
And you're going to base that off of your current energy.
Okay.
Well, first off, yes, that's how you want to finish that. That's good. So this is going to make, this is what we're going to set the scale to. So let's just do that first off. So you got f meter, transform local scale, equals, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So what's this going to do? This is going to create a new vector, 3.
Mm-hmm.
What's energy? It's going to be
It's a float.
100.
It's going to be 100 at the start.
And this is going to be 0, and this is going to be 0.
Right.
So let's go back here. And let's say we put this in, that's going to go.
Oh, are those supposed to be
whoops.
ones? I don't
So,
know.
so
I don't know
hold
how
on.
these things
That's
work.
going to make it look like this. 100. Oops, that's caps lock.
Oh.
0, 0.
Oh, so I
That's
need
not
to
what
do.
you
I
want.
actually need to do math.
That's not what you want.
I
You
want those to both be 1 for starters.
Right.
Okay.
So,
All right. I was like, man, there's nothing we're adding here. All right, so it should be energy. What's the symbol for divided by?
slash.
Is that right?
Probably we'll do some neat stuff. Try that out.
Let's do some neat stuff.
Oh, we missed something. You got a sign on your ship. You got a sign
Oh, yeah. Dear ship, your shield F meter is, which one is it? The fuel gauge? Yes.
It's the-
Yes, it is.
it's the
It's fuel
pivot.
gauge.
The
The
pivot.
whole pivot?
The whole pivot. That's when we're scaling.
Okay.
Because otherwise we've got it by 10, and it's going to scale from the center. This one lets us scale from the edge. Cool. Let's try
Now
that.
let's see what happens. Oh, I have
Start.
like
Oh, that's okay.
a tiny thing.
Start using fuel.
There it goes.
There's a small problem in that your bullets are hitting the fuel gauge. You probably can ram right into the fuel gauge if you want.
Oh, really? Nice. That's ramming speed.
Yeah.
Whoa. I didn't die.
Yeah, because it's not a rock. Oh, maybe it is. The rocks are default, right?
Oh my god, that's hilarious. No, I think rocks are rocks now.
But look at that.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple, right?
Yeah. Super simple.
Boom.
I wasn't really trying. Alright, so I need to set these to be something that nothing else collides with.
Mm-hmm.
Or I could also just move them up closer to the camera.
Yep, you do either of those. What's these two things? This is the easiest way to do it. Or you can actually, maybe it's better to have them behind the camera. So if they're farther away, so ships can go over top of them.
Oh, that'd be cool. See? Go art direction. We make a good team. It's actually really fun designing things with Calvin. Because he'll come up with this like crazy cool idea and we'll both sit there and be like, okay, what do we do with that? And I'll be like, here's this other crazy thing we could do with it that I think would make it better. And then he's like, yeah! And then we could do this. And then I'm like, no! And then he's like, no! And then we'll kill each other. No. We almost always have a lot of fun designing stuff. It's my favorite thing about Ludum Dare, whichever.
Don't call it that. No one calls it that.
So I call it the Dare now.
Dare?
It's safe.
No, it's wrong.
The Dare. There we go. I'm gonna call it the Dare.
People who would call it
I think the original people call it Dare.
Well, they're wrong.
I don't know. Whatever. So fuel pivot. Position Z -1.
I think it's positive. I think 1 is 1.
Oh.
One at like 1.1 or something.
1.2 for that. 1. And fuel gauge also thing needs to be at 1. Oh. Okay.
Breaking my stuff.
No, I got this. No problem. I got this.
If you're really having trouble with it, you can always go pop into 3D view.
No, the full gauge back thing is. These things are cubes. Are they gonna smack into this if it's only one down? Like, how does that work?
So you can still always set the collider to be something different. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. You got the fuel gauge underneath.
I know. I'm looking. This is at 1, and this is at
1. You can't have them both at 1.
I just changed this one. This was at 1.2 before, and it wasn't doing anything. So this one needs to be the one that's at 1.2.
Well, don't change. Okay. You're doing crazy things now. So
what
stop,
don't
stop,
the values of the
stop, stop, stop.
Z
You went in
position?
here and changed this one, and this position is local to this.
Oh,
So you can't change this.
okay.
Leave this alone.
All right.
Just
I don't
change
know
this
what
one.
I'm doing.
I know, I can tell.
Oh, can I be Batman?
One. Which one is this one? One. Well, that's actually cool. I like that. Let's leave that like that. With this one over top, so when the fuel goes underneath, it gets bright blue instead of dark. I like that better. So accident, but that turned out pretty cool.
You need to move that down a little bit. It's too high up. Unless you want to like
I like it.
offset them.
It's fancy. All right. Yeah, that works. These should be out of the way mostly now. Let's also change their layer to something stupid. Transparent effects, perfect. Change children. Awesome.
Children have been
They
changed.
should be all out.
All right, let's see if things still smack into them, or what happens.
You also remove their colliders since you're not using the colliders for anything.
Oh yeah, it fills up when my energy thing fills up. Oh,
What happens if you get over the amount?
I know, I was just thinking that.
Oh,
Okay,
You're
it helps if I can
missing.
shoot.
terribly.
I didn't say I was good at this game. I've never once said that I was good at this game. Oh crap. That one's just spinning in place very conveniently.
Go get it.
Did I? Yeah, oh.
It does go over a little bit. That's
It
kind
goes
of cool.
over. Yeah, but then what happens if I have a really good run and it goes over by a lot?
And you know you're safe for a long time.
It is scaling properly though. The 100 division thing was what needed to happen.
Awesome.
Yay, good math. Oh yeah, it looks really funny with the bar, the shield bar.
Yeah. So there's another way. There's a neat thing you can do. If you don't want it to go over, if you want it to just stay maxed out, there are some awesome functions in MathF. You should totally go look at those on the Unity site.
MathF.
Mm-mm.
All right, let's look at
Even if
that.
you don't want to keep it, I think getting that thing to like cap at a certain amount is probably good practice.
Math.
It's for math functions.
I know. I'm just amusing
But
myself.
math.
Math. A clamp? What are they talking? They're talking all smart code things. Hold on, I have to read what they're saying.
No, don't listen to them.
Adding
Look it up on
code
your own.
line a bit. Either the clamp. What's a clamp do?
Yeah, I was gonna let you find it on your own. Don't listen to them.
I don't know what a clamp. Oh look, I found a clamp.
Oh my god.
Oh, you're eating a sandwich. How that you're ruining things. You're spoiling your dinner.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'll go eat burgers without you.
Got all these cool. We're gonna go with burgers.
That's what I wanted to do.
Oh,
We don't have to.
we're not doing it now.
I know, you're eating a stinky sandwich.
I'm so upset.
Aw, Carlos, you're forgiven. Calvin isn't super upset. I'm gonna sit here and look at all these things a little bit anyhow, so it's okay. Collection of math functions. This is so. I have to admit something to all of you, which is that while I'm very good at arithmetic, I have pretty much absolute zero experience with any kind of other type of math. And I'm not even very good at arithmetic. I just kind of know how to multiply things, divide things, add things, and subtract them.
Oh, I have
So-
something to confess. I'm horrible at arithmetic. So I'm really awesome at math.
Yeah. So the math part of this is probably going to be interesting. I'm not saying that I won't be able to do it. I'm just saying I've never done it before. Yep. So there we go. There's that.
So you don't know anything about cosine, sine, stuff like that. So skip those.
Yep. I don't know what any of these
Tangents
things
and
are.
any tangents.
Yeah, I was looking at some. I don't know what that means. I've heard Calvin say it before, but I know that that's not a coding term. That's a math term.
So these might be interesting. Smallest integer greater or equal to f.
Returns the smallest integer greater or equal to, and smaller. Why are there two? What's the difference? These both have the exact same explanation, and this one says toint. Tolint?
To int as
Oh.
an integer. So this one's probably a float.
But it says integer.
You give it a
10.2F.
float, it gives a float back.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Well, it's going to give you still an integer-sized float probably. So that's interesting. Ceiling is cool. That's what it's trying to say, ceiling.
Ceiling.
Like you've got a ceiling, and it can only pop up that.
That's amusing.
Gee, that sounds like something that we're kind of doing. With the ceiling? Because you want a bar, and you don't want it to go
Yeah.
over the top of that? And
Yeah,
it
but it
sends in a
says
float, gives a float back?
Returns the integer greater to or equal, but we don't want greater. We want less than, don't we? Oh, floor. There's a floor. That sounds more like what I would want, right?
Returns the largest integer smaller to or equal than f. Yeah, try it.
Right?
Try using one of those.
Floor. Aren't there like songs about getting on the floor
Sure,
and like dancing?
probably.
For some reason, I want to just like go like all metal and be like floor. That's why I'm assuming there's a song about it, because it makes me want to go metal. But why would I not want to use clamp?
Well, you could, but do you need to use clamp?
I don't really know what clamp does.
Well, read about it. What's clamp do?
Clamp's the value between a minimum and maximum float value.
All right.
That also sounds like it would totally work.
Mm-hmm. So right now, if you get negative fuel, which you can't, I don't think, it would go down this way.
Oh, I see.
If you clamped it, you could stop it at 0 and stop it at 100.
I think clamp sounds faster,
Well, okay, whatever.
right? But this floor thing, how would I form? I'm curious actually of using floor. I don't know how I would form that command.
That's what you got to figure out. All the data should be there to use it. All the data in the documentation. So click on floor, or click on ceiling. Click it. This is them.
Using a debug log with it. I don't know. This doesn't help me at all. Just so you know, this doesn't really show me how to use it very well. All of that tells me that it's a function.
The function you're setting a float.
Mm-hmm. Do I really not want them? Let them have more than 100?
Yeah, those don't work. Floor and things, ceiling. They're okay. So go back to that here. Floor 10 is going to equal 10. Floor 10.2 is going to equal 10. See, they're giving an integer smaller than or equal to f.
Oh, I see. So round.
Yeah,
That does rounding for you.
Yeah.
So we do want to clamp.
Of course we do. This is how you use clamp. Where you've got the value, the minimum, and the max.
All right. I bet we could have still figured out how to use floor.
Huh?
I think we could have still used floor somehow.
Okay.
Oh, we'd have to change values all over the place, though, wouldn't we?
That would be terrible.
It would be, yeah, that would be a mess. What? Vector math f dot clamp time dot time?
Okay, don't worry about any of that.
Wait, no, they're turning a transform position into time?
All right.
What are they
No.
doing here?
What are they doing here? Let's look at this, just because this is interesting. So first off, we've got a transform position. That's a vector 3. So they're creating a new
Right.
vector 3.
Mm-hmm.
Now this vector 3 has 3 values, right?
Right. That
0
yeah.
for the z, 0 for the y, and this whole thing is the x.
Yes.
So time dot time, which you'd have to look up, with a minimum of 1 and a maximum of 3.
What's time dot time?
Time from the beginning of this frame. Time in seconds since the start of the game.
Why would you want to do that?
I have no idea. But you totally can.
So if you actually wanted to like time something, like
Yeah.
You-
So I can probably think of like situations
Could
where you want to do that. It's just
create
weird.
like for speedrunners or something.
Sure, I don't know.
Time dot time. Okay, that's weird. All right, anyhow. So I'm using clamp. Thank you, Carlo. Carlos? I left out the S, and it suddenly was weird. Okay, where's Monaco? Here we go. Okay, so vector 3, scale me baby, equals new vector 3, energy divided by 100, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but I also want to clamp it, so
Do that.
is this all I need to do? Math
Uh-huh.
dot amp.
Cool.
Is that it?
Well, no, you're missing one. Where are you doing the clamp? Yeah, you don't want to clamp all of that. Hold on. Stop.
Oh, I want this.
First off, clamp has a number of things. So get rid of that. There you got that. Okay.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah, I
the next
realized
spot.
that that's not where it ends. It needs to end here.
Mhm.
Before or after the
Well-
comma? How does that work when you're?
Well, okay, what do we got here? Hold on a second.
Please end.
Value, minimum, maximum.
Okay.
So let's move this over so we aren't thinking about it. You've got the value.
Right. And then the minimum, which is 0, and the maximum, which is 100.
Is it?
It's divided by 10, isn't it?
You're
No.
doing energy divided by 100 is your value. So that's going to be what values? Energy divided by 10. If it's 100, what's that going to be?
Energy
Divided by 100.
divided by
100
100.
by 100.
100 divided by 100 is 1.
Right. So that's your maximum.
Is 1.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about
Do proper commas and then
it.
close off
That
your
was a
function.
proper comma.
And there you go.
Do I leave this comma here?
That's part of the vector.
Right? I do. Yeah. Okay. So that's saying this, then this and that. Okay. So if I save this, I should.
Seems okay. Go back to Unity. See if it's cool. Go to Unity.
Need to gather more energy.
Yep, didn't have a problem.
Yep, no errors yet.
You're still losing energy proper. Oh, look.
Oh, no extra energy. Nope, it's wasted.
Well, it didn't waste it. You still have it. It's just that it
It's
won't start to show a
wasted.
loss until you kind of blow it up. It's cool.
Oh, it won't.
Right, you're not changing your energy value. You're just changing your display.
Yeah. Dude, that sounds bad.
Well, again, like you can do it this way. This was more to you're gonna lose your shield now. Okay.
Shoot really fast. Oh, interesting. I use time a lot. Like if a weapon needs a reload time. Interesting.
I think you could use delta time for that. Didn't you? Not enough time?
Hmm? Everybody, like you said, there's a bajillion different ways you can do things.
The real problem with that, Carlos, is that it will work. It's just that you're going to end up having values that are really big. And the real problem with that is that if you're using it and storing it in a float, really, really big floats have calculation problems.
Oh, so it starts to get inaccurate if you run the game for a really long time or something?
It would, yeah, because the time, yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's interesting. Hey, Epic. Thanks for stopping by. It's going good.
At least that's my understanding of it. I could be wrong. Don't take that as an expert opinion. That's just why I don't use it.
All right, so if we're locking the energy bar at this point,
Mhm.
I feel like we should lock the amount of energy you can actually get.
Which sounds like a terrible idea.
Which sounds, well, it's balance and strategy. Like you don't want to pick them up when you're good, so you leave them floating around,
All right.
right?
Okay.
So I just don't want people to pick up more than 100.
Okay.
Or maybe okay, here's what I want to do. I want to make it so that you can actually pick up a small amount extra, maybe. Like you can get more than you started off with.
We'll just start them off with less than 100 then.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That might be the way to go. Yeah. You start them off with 90.
Really, you start them off with 74.
Oh!
Shield turned off.
Really?
Yeah. So they have to work for the shield.
74. Let's try that. Let's see if when it plays, let's see if my shield goes away right away.
It won't.
Nope.
Until you bump into
Oh,
something.
right. Oh my gosh, I died immediately because I wasn't actually paying much attention.
You want to put the score in?
Oh, it looks like Unity manages that itself for time. Not sure how.
Oh.
No idea on specifics. Hmm.
Well, okay.
If I was making this like a super big game, I would totally make it so that you could like level up your energy capacity. But I don't think this little mini game, it's not like I'm trying to get this game on Steam or something. Although maybe I should. Did you guys vote for it on green light? Yeah, I don't think this is anything nearly fantastic enough to put that much effort into, when in all reality what this is that I am doing is just trying to learn to code. I'm doing so by trying to make a fun game as well. Oh boy, I really need to get some energy. Whoa, that's right, those are...
Why'd you put in points?
Points are next, I guess.
Points.
I need a font. Where's the font that we used for Epsilon Circuit?
I'm going to let you figure this out on your own. Ready?
Ooh.
Ready?
Okay.
Game object.
Create text. I saw it already.
3D text.
Yep. Wow, that's ugly.
Yeah. Don't worry about it being ugly. We're going to fix that part later.
Okay.
Right now, make that the points. Use that to make points.
Well, the text is a public float. That's good.
Oh, I'm going to need to teach you one thing. Have you done get component yet?
No, I don't think so. If I have forgotten.
All right, set it up so that you're calculating points and stuff like that, right? And then I'll show you how to access that public float or public string inside of Hello World. Click on this. You saw it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, public text, public string text. I'll show you how to get at this text mesh.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah. I'll get all the code in first and figure that out.
Cool.
Hello, butts. Yeah.
It is kind of like the cell stage of Spore.
That's my favorite stage.
Alex would stay at the Spore stage for like.
I would just play that stage and then stop and start over again. I wanted it to just keep going. I also enjoyed the, what is that called? Osmosis, the game where you're a bubble and you basically do the same thing. But it was fun with the little fishies and the food and the everything. I made like some awesome creatures too, with like those spiky mouth things. I just covered their whole bodies in them and just propelled myself at everything. It was fun. You have 1,000 points, you can get a bigger ship and advance to blowing up planets. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Oh man, I could make a final boss that is literally a planet that will eventually consume the entire screen. Oh, that would be so much fun.
Maybe. Maybe we could do that. It'd be cool. Let's keep going on.
This is feature creep, guys. Stop it.
Hello, butts.
Keep the scope small. I'm learning. I had to fix it.
Score.
Yes. I'm sorry. All right. I've got. Let me look at what I have in my code here. I need to, in order to get the score, I want the score to happen when things break. So that's.
Oh, that's different than what I thought you were going to do.
Really?
Yeah, so.
Well,
okay.
what's the point of giving someone scores? Oh, look, you just shot randomly everywhere.
No, I thought you were going to do it on fuel acquisition.
Points for fuel. Yeah, that too.
You want points for blowing up asteroids.
Yeah. What's the point of shooting asteroids if you're not getting points for them?
All right.
Is this even harder now?
Yep.
Yay! The asteroid code.
Let's start with points for fuel.
Okay.
And then we'll figure out how to do that next.
Okay. That should be really easy. Where's my little get fuel thing? If object tag gas. Alright, it's just in here. I just need to basically put in a thing that says add blank to the score counter. Right? So, I need to make a public score counter so that I can access it from the asteroids if I'm to do this. Right? Because I want to start this by keeping in the entire scope. Calvin, just keep that face and turn slowly to the camera.
Face is gone.
Oh, the face is gone.
Face is gone. Sorry.
That was a super thinky face. It's good.
All right. So let's.
Oh yeah, paying for. Yeah, we could turn this into like
How do you want
quite
to
the
store
space game.
the score? You're talking about. Do you want to store the score on the ship?
Here's the deal.
We wanted to do multiplayer at some point, right?
Oh God, yeah. In that case, we do want to store on the ship, one per ship if we want to do multiplayer. Because 2-player asteroids would be so much better than 1-player
I
asteroids.
agree.
It'd be kind of like Legend of Dungeon when you have 2 players. It's so much worse.
Yeah, it would be.
And you're just yelling at each other.
Stop
bumping me into asteroids! Stop bumping me! Best game ever.
All right. So, score's probably going to be integer because.
Yeah, we're not giving people percentages of points.
Yeah.
Public int
And for right now, just make it go up for getting fuel.
Does it equal 0 default?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was just, you know, doing the automatic things. And what did you say you wanted me to do for now?
Oh, I got a trick that will make this way easier. This is gonna be awesome. Check this out. Ready? So in the thing, notice how you've used game object and you've used transform before, right? But you can make a public any component.
Okay.
So you could do public text mesh, which is the kind of thing that
Ooh,
is.
yeah.
We're not going to do get component right now.
Okay.
And you can call this like the GUI score or something like that, right? And then you can reference it and change the text.
Show me the money. So you just put in enter a string of text? Like what do you mean?
Okay, so ready? Okay, show me the money.
Yeah.
First of all, step on it your score. Make it increase
Make my
when you
score.
Make that increase when you get a point. When you get the fuel, make it increase.
I don't want to give them too big of a bonus for getting fuel.
Whatever, that's
Because
never
the fuel itself is a bonus.
That is all balancing. Don't worry about
I
it.
know. I'm just thinking.
Okay. Perfect.
Right?
Awesome. Yes. Now.
I really I was a little worried that I was not doing it right, but then I was like, no, this is it. I did it. I could tell.
All right.
It's exciting.
So that now put a new line in there, and start setting the show me the money's text. I'll show you a thing. Right? Nope. Dot.
I hit space instead of dot. I don't know
It was
what.
called text.
Oh.
You're setting the text property. Right?
Okay.
Equals. What do you want it to be?
Score.
Cool. Now there's a problem in that you're sending an integer to a text, and it probably will autocast. Sometimes it won't. Sometimes these are pain in the butt. But strings have or integers have all kinds of
So
cool
I can
properties
show.
on
Can I
them.
show it as a string?
Dot.
To string.
Two strings of function. So you need to call it like one.
What do I put in there?
Don't need to put anything in.
Nothing? Just leave it blank?
Yep. Bam. Save that out.
Let's see what
So we have to
happens.
assign the property first.
Should I not have it say hello buts anymore?
You can have it say whatever you want. Probably 0 would probably be good. All right. Now get your ship. Do the drag and drop.
I need to put the score.
Into your show me the money. See how it grabbed the component that was text mesh?
Now I hit play and see what happens.
Yeah. Get some fuel.
I was trying to reduce the amount of fuel you start with.
Get it.
5! Awesome. It's adding properly.
Cool. Good job.
15. I got my shield back. Yep, totally works.
Awesome. Good job.
Whoa! Yay.